Hello everybody, welcome to Sketch Club. I'm Jason Meyer, and right over there is the lovely Miss Cindy Meyer. So we'll be hosting you tonight. And so tonight, as you guys realize, this month is kind of the last month that we're wrapping up our pandemic edition courses, starting our new courses on August 2nd. So some of the Sketch Club we're shifting into kind of more serious learning, if you will, as serious as we get anyway. And so I thought in that vein, what I would do is I would share with you guys, I'm going to be working on this painting right here. And this painting is going to be 18 inches by 48 inches. So it's going to be 1.5 feet tall by 4 feet long. So what ends up just being a couple inches here is going to be relatively massive. Like this on this is half size. So we'll double that. So what it means is we want to start with these big pieces. But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to pull out little sections of this and study and figure out the patterns I want. So that's what we'll be up to tonight. But first, why don't we take a look and see what's going on out there. Hey, a good person themselves. Good evening, good people. Good evening, Miss Susan. Good to see you. Miss Lori Furman.
Hi, Mama.
All smiles. Good evening, good evening. And Miss Claudia's there. All right. We've got the Central Coast covered. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's switch some cameras and put some graphics on. And tonight what we're going to be doing is, so this is the entire painting here. This is a little study that I was working on. And on this study, what I was really looking at is I've adjusted where these darks hit her. And so I'm really working on where the darks come out, where the lights come out, where the darks come out, and how all that was lined up. And I was much more concerned with that than I was even accuracy on her face or anything like that. But tonight, this eye right here is going to be a main focus, or a resting, a long pause in our travel. Probably, since we read from left to right, this right here will be our finish. So in that vein, what we're going to do is we're going to pull this eye out and study that and see what kind of value patterns we can find for that tonight. All right. Oh, look at that. Somebody's buttering up, and I like it. I like it.
Woohoo!
Thank you. Ooh, I'm feeling good. Might put on my dancing pants. Might put on my dancing pants to go to bed tonight. I'm feeling so good. All right, so we're going to zoom in here a little bit. There we go.
There's Miss Shakti and Ellie.
Miss Shakti and Ellie made it. Excellent. Let's readjust our... Pretty good right there. All right, and how am I doing? Did I get it? We got that in place. And let's hit this button. Oh my gosh. This is almost a professional setup here. This is almost like professional. There we go. All right. Shakti and Ellie. Welcome back, Ellie. Ellie's been missing from civilization for a little while, so welcome back. Welcome back. So we have a basic triangle here, but again, let's start with what we know. Because what we want is we want this to be really three-dimensional. Visible, three-dimensional, and have movement. So as everybody know, basically the eyeball is a ball. Did you realize that? It's true. So let's start with that. And here the dark of the eye is right about here. The edge of the eyeball is right about there. How do we see the edge of that eyeball? How do we see the edge of that eyeball? You guys see there's a lot going on there as far as light, dark, light, dark, light. But again, we're going to design this, but we're going to use what's there to help with our design. Okay? All right, why don't we get you back to a more reasonable size, Missy? All right. So if we've got the edge of the eyeball here, then what happens is we have a little triangle of dark. Happens just like that. And then we've got some light. Swoops like that. Before, do those eyelashes hit down there? Those eyelashes do hit down there, don't they? Wrap around the eyelid. Or the eyelid wrapping around. Now watch. This is going to wrap around and then at some point come off of that eye. It doesn't follow that eye all the way back into the skull. It comes here and then it comes off the eye a little bit. You see what that difference that little tail makes there? As we show that it doesn't follow the eyeball in, but it comes out. It's on the surface. And then we want to come out here because this thing has some thickness where it tucks in. Okay, can you guys see that? And if this is the side, well then the color is like this. So this is our oval. So that's the color of the eye. And then at the bottom, extending off of this, is the top plane, but we see the eyelashes, so it's dark. And doesn't come down that far. You guys with me so far? How we doing?
Yep.
Yeah, everybody okay?
Good.
Okay. Okay, so if you just start copying, you're gonna miss some of this volume. All right, we've got to have enough room for our light here. Let's make sure we've got enough room for our light. Feel like things are sitting closed in just a little bit. And that light is very important right there. Before it hits shadow again. Because this is going to tuck under. This is going to turn the corner. This is all turning the corner on the side. Okay, let's catch this. So then there's the side of the nose. Again, what is this doing? Well, it's kind of showing that eyeball, isn't it? What happens up here? Well, this turns under, and that goes into light. So now what we're doing is we're showing the eye socket, that this thing is sitting in the eye socket. All right, a little off track there. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get back here. How are we doing? Did somebody not set up a timer? Man, who's in charge of the show? Who's in charge of the show?
You have 22 minutes.
Oof. They need a good review. They need a review. They're talking to. All right. Somehow this doesn't feel quite sideways to me. It feels too open. Do her eyes feel that open to you? No, they're a little. They don't feel that open to me. Well, some of that is because she's got these luscious eyelashes dropping down. Like that. And then did we get this bottom one? Let's start more down there. You see, so you can make adjustments. You can make adjustments, but go big first, and then you got something to check. You got something to check. And all of that is gray. And sometimes, you see, I think this whole thing's a little bit too light. So that color-wise has a little more darkness in it. And then here, this is turning around into shadow on that side. So as this turns around, that shadow gets bigger, and then we'll have light here, and then the side of this eye all going to be shadowed. All right, how are we doing? So some of this is finesse. Paging Vanessa. Help us, Vanessa. So what I'm going to do now is go on the soft edge, soft transition, soft edge side. And make the soft, soft. So tonight, especially with this tight time period, what I really want to look at is study where these lights happen. Okay? So, that seems like a very small study, but that's an important thing to know. And one of the things I can see is if I want to let this shape drop around that eye. See how much more movement that has? And then let's release it out this way. Okay. This needs to be a soft edge as this turns over. Right, and it stays pretty high. It's all closed. And then we pick this back up down here. And it's just a little, not very far. Just a little zigzag. And then underneath that, little offset, is that little bitty light that comes out there. And then we have some like light whoop-de-doos there, whatever we want to call them. I like the woo-woo, but maybe that annoys you. I don't know. It entertains us here, but we're a different sort of lot, so. All right, and that brings us to this turning under here. All right, so I want to find, so all that's turning under, soft edge, and this is turning around, and let's see, so we're going through here, and now we're going down, through. So here's the side of the face. And so this tucks, and we're going to see a little bit of light here before we hit the side of the face there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, huh? But a lot's involved in this, and that's okay. I mean, you just enjoy it as you're doing, but if you get in a hurry to have everything finished too soon, like, is that the best looking? Probably not. But that nose and everything, that's a different study. Right now, this study, my energy is going to go right here. All right, and you got to give yourself room to do that. All right. Anybody feel like a highlight? We're 20 minutes into this thing. Stick a highlight. Be a man, Jason. Put a highlight on there. Be a man.
Do it.
Okay. Yes, Sensei. Yes, Sensei. Okay. So let's see if we can't liven things up here. Get some life into this eye. Huh? This child is full of life. It's just rocketing through her. So, this, because of, there's a whole story that goes with this, is why it worked out. Generally, especially if just a portrait or something, wouldn't really be painting from this profile. And that's why there's a need of study. So I can figure out, hey, what's the best way to handle this? Because this is an unusual pose for me to put the model in. Generally, there's no need for the model to be this, how shall we say, sideways. This sideways, oh my gosh. You daydream like you're an artist or something. What do you mean she needs some work? Come on. Come on, we got 8 minutes left. We got 8 minutes left. Why are you being so judgy? Alright, I think that'll help a little. That'll help. I feel like this bottom one got a little bit low, a little bit dark, a little gothic. Bring that up a little bit. She is just a kid, so let's maybe not make it straight through all the way. She doesn't need to be hitting the clubs yet. Sure, we'll get there, but actually she's pretty introverted. I don't know if she'll ever get there. And she likes to dance.
Yeah.
She likes to dance. But I don't. We'll see. We'll see. Who knows? We got some surprises waiting us. Surprise! Oh, I wasn't expecting you. Here we go. Right. So some of those eyebrow. We're eyebrow up here. And again, look how these things can wrap around, tell the story. Okay, so to push that. Darker there, and then a little darker there. Alright, so much of this is that subtle coming and going. I like all of that. There we go. There we go. Now we're approaching it. You see, so wide. Why so wide? Well, this is fast. This is fast for me. I don't like moving this fast. Yeah. Some soft edges. That helps everything. That helps everything. The right amount of blurriness at the right time. Do I want to go for this? I don't know. I don't got much time on that, so I better ignore that right there. I better ignore that. Got kind of a yin-yang thing going there. I can dig it. Can you dig it? I can dig it.
Yep.
Cindy can dig it. Cindy's so good. She's like, heck yeah, hand me a shovel. I dig. I'm down. Cindy's always down. Well, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes she just looks at me like, okay, have fun. Cindy, unlike me, knows when to say when. Me, I'm like, come on, we're just getting started. Let's go. We can draw for 7 more hours. Usually Cindy was right. I was wrong.
You come out looking like a mad scientist.
What?
I said you come out after 7 hours looking like a mad scientist.
I'm mad, but I don't think I'd call myself a scientist at that point.
Well, I probably should, because Susan.
We got real scientists here.
Not real, yeah.
We don't need any of us posers. Not a real scientist, but I talk like one on the computer sometimes. Alright, how is this doing? I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to have some more studying to do. Actually, I don't think it's actually that bad, guys. And why would I say that? Well, part of it is because it's not isolated. See how we isolate that? And then some of this is the size. And so part of what my study is going to be is, see, this is too big. So I want a good feel for this spacing before I get in there and work on a big painting, a 4-foot painting. And so this is where I start. And this isn't unlike a lot of my first starts. Kinda, not really. But what happened was I learned a lot as we did this. I started seeing some proportions I have off and things like that. But rather than trying to fix it so nobody sees it, what I want to do is go, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. What else is interesting here? Well, is that really that big? Seems like we go here, and then these eyelashes are hitting the light of the nose. And that's going to bring that out like that. It changes everything. It changes everything. See, now that's feeling a little better to me. That's feeling a little bit better. All right, but we've got hair that's going to be coming down here, framing this. All right, then you're going to have hair swooping around here and coming down at some point. Right, so you can see as we get this proportions on here, this is going to read really nice. Gonna read really nice. And then where did mine go? What's coming out? So when what's gonna come out here, right here, is gonna be mountain. So what that means is it's gonna be a real soft, distant gray. So that there won't be a huge change between this light and dark. And that's gonna change how this looks. Am I out of time, baby?
You are. You have 1 minute left.
You've been saying that my whole life. That's not true. I kid. Yeah, some of these just got too big that time. That's okay. Can't all be on all the time. If that was the case, I'd be Oprah. There we go. Yeah. Alright, and so that's going to pull back. Oh, there we go. So something, right? We're getting closer. Man, that's a pretty severe nose. All right, Dad. Maybe not that bad. She's still a young girl. This was before her fighting days. All right, so we'll leave it there. Let's see what we got. Fast or slow, still fun. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. You're welcome, Claudia. You are welcome. All right, everybody. I think we'll leave it there tonight. So for the rest of the week, I don't know. We may be coming back to this. We may be coming back to mouths. We may be coming back to a distant tree or distant mountains. It's going to depend on where I get and what my problem is when you see me next. But all this week, what I'm going to be doing is doing little bitty studies. That's going to be going into this painting. Okay, and this is going to be a 4-foot painting, 4 feet long by 18 high. So that means that face is going to be about 9 inches. This whole thing's about 9 inches. So big. Okay, enough of that. Enough. Look at all this up here. Woo-hoo! The next level. All right, we're bringing it, Shakti. We're bringing it. Thank you. All right, we're going to return Tuesday and Wednesday evening right here on Facebook, so you can come back and sketch with us. Then this week on are we doing YouTube? Yeah, we're doing YouTube. Yeah. On YouTube every morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., you're going to see day 2 of the Portrait Tomorrow painting demonstration. On Tuesday, you'll see day 2 of the Moon over Avila demonstration. And on Wednesday, you'll see day 2 of the Still Life demonstration. All 3 days, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., be 2 hours of painting, and this will be day 2. Again, our culmination of all of our pandemic year of study.
Go back to us big.
Go back to us big. Yes, ma'am. Finally, somebody's in charge. All right, so does that wrap us all up? I think it does. Yep. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, everybody. We will see you guys soon. Hope to see most of you in the morning. And for you sketchers, we'll see you back here Tuesday night. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.